The city of Yakima is asking multiple departments to trim their budgets. We're asking why public safety is facing cuts, but the utilities department isn't.
And I'm tracking hazy conditions tonight as well as red flag warnings in our area, all coming up in your First Alert forecast.
And we're checking in on efforts to build a permanent shelter for local youth in need.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. Votes are being counted in Washington's August primary. While the primary is typically used to narrow down races for public office, this year some voters were asked to weigh in on special issues as well. In Yakima County, Fire District 3 is asking for a multi-year levy lid lift. Officials say they need a bigger property tax rate hike than usual in order to fund fire protection and emergency services. So far, 59% of voters are in favor, 41% opposed. Walla Walla Fire District 2 has a similar proposal on the ballot. The latest numbers there show 61% in favor, 39% opposed. And each county has until August 15th to finish counting votes and then to certify the election results. You can see local primary races with the numbers updated as we get them. That's over on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. And a big issue for Richland voters has been the effort to recall 3 school board members, which appears on its way to passing so far. If a majority of voters opt to recall Semi Bird, Audra Bird, and Kari Williams, then when the election results are certified, they will have to leave their positions on the Richland School Board, and others will be selected to finish out their terms.
At least one member is going to have to be appointed by the ESD or the Educational School District. Once they've appointed a member, then there will be a majority on the board again, and they can appoint 2 more members to fulfill just this term.
Now, a recall would not stop board members from running again or from holding office in the future. Kari Williams is running for re-election. So far, it looks like she is likely to advance to the November ballot. Now, we've been talking about the impact of inflation on the city of Yakima's 2026 general fund budget and a projected $7 million shortfall. Most of the city's budget overall, though, actually okay. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell spoke to city officials who say it all depends on where the money is coming from.
The problem is that the general fund relies on utility tax, sales tax, and property tax, all of which vary from year to year. Now, they do increase a little bit every year, but not at the same rate as inflation, meaning the city doesn't know from year to year how much money they'll actually be able to have to pay for things like police, fire, parks, and streets. The other parts of the city budget, called enterprise funds like water and sewer, are doing okay because they're self-sustaining, meaning people pay enough to use those services to cover the cost to the city. But that's not true for departments that rely on the general fund.
For those services, police, parks, fire, and streets that generally speaking are not revenue generating, there isn't a fee structure that you could put in place that would make them self-sustaining unless we did start charging for a fire truck coming to your house or a police officer coming to your house. That just doesn't seem very likely by any stretch of the imagination.
That's why, to make up for the $7 million shortfall projected in 2025 to 26, the city is asking those departments to cut spending by 10%. Those budget discussions are still underway, but so far the city's looking at cuts to summer park programs, to police and fire positions, and even a whole fire station on the west side of the city. Reporting in Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Emily. Financial analysts have downgraded the United States government's credit rating because of concerns about budget management there. Fitch Ratings downgraded its U.S. debt rating, basically the government's version of a credit score, from highest credit quality to very high credit quality. Fitch says it changed that rating in part because of the debt ceiling battle that pushed the country to the brink of default earlier this year, and also for what it calls a steady deterioration in standards of governance over the past 2 decades. Let's switch gears here and talk about your forecast. It is warming up a lot out there. Stacey Lee joins us now with a look at what to expect.
Yep, nice hot day, 96 right now on our Dust Devil Sky Cam Geisa Stadium tonight. Our dew point at 43 degrees. Our humidity is pretty low, 16% right now, and our winds are light at 3. Look for sunset at 8:25 this evening. A lot going on in the weather. We'll get to that in a few seconds. Let's look at other temperatures around the region. 87 in Ellensburg, 95 right now in Toppenish, 94 in Walla Walla, a warm 87 in Dayton, and it's still 96 degrees right now, Tri-Cities and Hermiston. Wind speeds are pretty light, but we're going to start to see those winds picking up in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. Therefore, there is a red flag warning that's issued there this evening. I'll tell you just how long that's going to last. We are seeing lots of smoke and haze. It is impacting our air quality this evening. We're going to see more seasonal temperatures tomorrow, a few degrees cooler, and a chance of thunderstorms are coming our way, looking like a Friday and Saturday with potential of rain and thunderstorms mainly in the Blues, but I'll point out exactly where we're going to see and when those are going to be coming in your First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. Making headlines across America tonight, the shooter who killed 11 people in a Pittsburgh synagogue 5 years ago will be executed. Today, a federal jury unanimously recommended sentencing Robert Bowers to death for the deadliest anti-Semitic attack in U.S. history. A judge will formally impose that sentence sometime later. The jury found that the shooter was motivated by hate, had planned his attack in a way to create as much fear and devastation as possible, and lacks remorse. Now, while the federal jury sentenced the shooter to death, the Justice Department said 2 years ago that it was putting all federal executions on hold with no timetable of when they might resume. Former President Trump is due in a D.C. courtroom tomorrow, this time to face charges about what happened on January 6th of 2021. It's Trump's third indictment. Now, broadly, the grand jury says that Trump knew he had lost the 2020 election, but deliberately broke the law while trying to hold on to power anyway. The Associated Press reports a conviction would not prevent Trump from running or from serving as president if reelected. A fire burning in Oregon's Willamette National Forest east of Eugene is sending smoke into parts of central Oregon. The Bedrock Fire started July 22nd. It has burned more than 11,000 acres so far. An even larger fire near the Oregon-California border is also impacting air quality in central and southern Oregon. Meanwhile, the Eagle Bluff fire, which is burning on both sides of the U.S.-Canada border, is only 10% contained. Hundreds of firefighters are battling breezy and extremely dry conditions to try and get this fire under control. It's not clear yet how that one got started. But we are getting into the time of year when we start to see these very large fires that can keep burning for weeks or months all up and down the West Coast. Patrick Cornell is tracking more fires and continuing heat across the Southwest.
As the York wildfire rages on the California-Nevada border, the acres of earth scorched by the inferno is growing.
We're probably going to lose hundreds of thousands of Joshua trees. It will take a lifetime to get those mature, big Joshua tree forests back.
In Texas, the fast-moving flames of the Powder Keg Pine Fire forcing people from their homes.
Well, every summer when it gets dry like this, it's just a matter of time before the fires start, and it's
going to happen, and just as quick as they get on it, they can control it.
Yeah,
they do an outstanding job.
Yeah, they got really good, real good resources out this time.
On top of battling blazes, extreme heat buckling pavement in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and rewriting the record books in multiple places across Texas on Tuesday. The heat has killed at least 7 people in the Houston area since June. Blistering temperatures aren't just proving deadly to humans, they're also killing honeybees with a historic heat wave melting hives in Arizona.
So it collapses, and oftentimes the queen can be crushed, and if that happens, then there's no other bee there that can replace her. There's no other bees that can lay eggs, so the colony would just die.
I'm Patrick Cornell reporting.
It has been nearly 3 years since a devastating wildfire leveled most of the town of Malden, including the fire station. Fires on Labor Day of 2020 in extremely hot, dry, and windy conditions destroyed 65 homes. Now, 3 years later, 28 of those homes have been replaced, and just this week, the city broke ground on a new fire station. The mayor says this recovery is a marathon effort.
I've lived here the last 27 years, 28 years. I know the people, they really are good people. You know, when you have people ask you something and they've got a tear in your eye, then it just jacks you up and you say, okay.
The mayor says the fire station and post office will be the first city building replaced. They're hoping to have the new post office up and running coming up in the fall. Now, the USDA is in the process of taking applications for community wildfire defense grants. Money for those grants comes from the bipartisan infrastructure law. The grants are intended to help create and update wildfire protection plans and for wildfire resilience projects. The USDA says last year, which was the first time these grants were available, they gave out $197 million to fund 99 projects across 22 states and 7 tribes. Making a difference in our community tonight, Rod's House broke ground today on a $6.2 million project to build the first homeless shelter in Yakima County where people under 18 can stay on their own. The shelter is located at 1017 East Chestnut Avenue. It's planned to include 8 beds for teens 13 to 17 who will be able to stay there for up to a month at a time. There will also be 10 more beds set aside for young adults 18 to 24 who can stay up to 120 days. While they're there, they'll have access to support for education, employment, mental health, substance use, and staff specializing in behavioral health and case management.
We are helping break the cycle to give our young people an opportunity to better their lives and give back to our community.
Now, Rod's House officials say this project has been in the works since 2018, but they're hoping things will start speeding along quickly. They're hoping to have the new shelter up and running in fall of next year. The Yakima Health District is holding a health fair for the Highland School District tomorrow afternoon and evening. They'll be offering sports physicals, a vaccine clinic, and mental health resources. Community Health Plan of Washington will also have people on hand to help you sign up for health insurance if you need it. That's at Highland High School tomorrow from 1 o'clock until 6 o'clock. And the weather should be nice. It is summer after all. We're taking a look outside. Beautiful out there, but we are starting to see some smoke in the area. Stacey Lee is talking about that in just a moment. And still ahead on Apple Valley News Now at 5. Can you believe we're already talking college football? We'll hear what WSU head coach Jake Dickert has to say as the Cougs kick off fall camp. That's next.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book arriving in members' mailboxes this week. It's 20 pages of great store-wide savings, including everything you need for your Northwest lifestyle. At Bi-Mart, our members save more every day.
Los Lonely Boys, live in concert. How far is heaven? Friday, August 4th at Legends Casino Hotel. She's so sensual. Los Lonely Boys. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and the casino gift shop. Los Lonely Boys, live at Legends Casino Hotel, Friday, August 4th.
An accident can shatter your life. At Tamaki Law, we put your life back together.
I believe my purpose in life is to help people. My clients depend on us to fix their circumstances. That's our job. The stakes are high and we can't let them down. That's why we work hard and fight for the justice they deserve.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
What's up at DQ? That guy's going fry first on a $7 meal deal. Ooh, or is it dessert first? These two are debating which $7 meal deal, with fries, drink, and a sundae, is the best full-size meal deal of all.
Cheeseburger. Chicken strips.
And he can't believe he got a full-size meal for just $7.
Can't believe I got a full-size meal for just $7.
That's a $7 meal deal, and that's what's up at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Tonight, the federal criminal indictment after the probe into former President Trump and attempts to overturn the 2020 election. Plus, Putin's war hits home. Russians react. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
First alert weather, early warnings, and accurate forecasts.
Stacey Lee.
On your television, online, and on the go with our mobile app.
She's on your side. Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather. Weeknights at 5, 6, and 6:30.
Next ET, what you never knew about Freaky Friday is the comedy classic turns 20.
Is that true?
Lindsay Lohan's lifelong bond with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie's really cool.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. We're seeing more and more people taking to the skies nationwide after the pandemic, and Tri-Cities is part of that trend. Airport officials say around 108,000 people boarded a plane in Pasco between April and July of this year. That's up 10% from last year, but there's a catch.
Right now, we're still below our 2019 numbers, which was our peak, best year ever. The growing pains we're receiving, it's weird because we're not at 2019 numbers, but we're seeing more mainline aircraft and baggage claim and at the queuing, at the ticket counters where we're queuing, because those spaces just weren't adjusted for the larger aircraft.
So what that means for travelers, if you are planning a trip, be aware you might have to plan on spending a little bit longer getting to the plane than you have in the past. WSU football's fall camp kicked off today. This year, things are looking a little bit different. Cougs head coach Jake Dickert says he's planning to ease into practice, trying to prevent fatigue before the season even starts.
The next 3.5 weeks in fall camp will be a big indicator on what we're capable of doing. You know, I think we're more athletic on the offensive side of the ball. I think we've learned from the adversities of last season and are really ready to grow on those things. I think defensively, we need to continue to evolve and take the next step. And really excited about the playmakers we have at that side of the ball.
Now, the Cougs are also holding a few night practices this year. Washington State had 1 win and 3 losses in night games last season. And watching those games could come in a different format in the near future. The Pac-12 has been looking for a new media rights partner. Now we're getting reports they could be close to a deal with Apple. ESPN reports that proposed deal would be primarily streaming. The Pac-12's current media rights deal expires next June.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, let's start out with our Legends Casino Skycam tonight out here, taking a look at Badger Mountain. Beautiful night. You can see that smoke and haze, though. 96 degrees. Our humidity is pretty low at 16% right now. Our sunset tonight at 8:25. We got lots going on in the weather, even though it seems like just a normal sunny day out there. 86 in Ellensburg, 93 in Yakima, 91 for Prosser. Look for temperatures around the area. Walla Walla, 94. It's 93 in Pendleton, 89 in Dayton. Let's plan your night out tonight in Yakima. Again, those temps up there. Again, lots of sunshine, clear conditions, but those winds are going to start picking up later in Yakima as well, dropping down to 82 degrees by 8 p.m. Tri-Cities, we see the smoke and the haze this evening out in the distance. It is impacting our air quality. I'll show you that here in just a few minutes. We'll drop down to 87 by 8 p.m. And in Walla Walla this evening, again, smoke and haze a problem, and our temperatures dropping down into the 80s by 7, 84 at 8 o'clock tonight. Satellite and radar, again, that ridge of low pressure that's been holding strong has moved off to the east, and we're starting to see this monsoonal flow coming up from desert southwest. And again, that's starting to impact and bring thunder and lightning, that humid feeling out there, and that's going to intensify as those storms start to shift and move into our region. We have a ridge of high pressure building on the Pacific coast, and it will again allow all these storms to come up from the south. And again, you'll feel that muggy conditions, plus we're going to start seeing thunder and lightning, so that could be dangerous for more fire conditions. Let's take a look at Futurecast now. Pretty clear as we go into this evening and tomorrow. We won't see much of that rain, most of it way to the south of Pendleton, southeast of Pendleton. But on Friday morning, we'll start to see those systems move on into the Pendleton area and the foothills of the Blues. Again, this could bring some strong thunder and lightning to the region. It's going to kind of skirt, and we could see a stray thunderstorm move into the Tri-Cities, most of it staying to the south and then moving up towards the Yakima Valley. But again, it's going to be hit or miss, and this will be Friday pretty much all day long, with most of the activity happening here in Hermiston, Pendleton, Walla Walla, foothills of the Blues, with a slight chance in the Columbia Basin and in the Yakima Valley. Now, we do have red flag warning in place for the Yakima and Kittitas Valleys tonight due to low humidity, those breezy and gusty winds, very dry out there, and parts of eastern Oregon here. Also some red flag warnings going till 9 o'clock tonight. Let's take a look at those Futurecast winds. Again, the winds are light so far this evening, but we're going to see them starting to pick up in the Yakima, Kittitas Valley, Columbia River Gorge area, as well as the Hanford Reach, and lighter winds here in the Columbia Basin and foothills of the Blues. Also going to be a windy day tomorrow in Yakima. Once again, you'll see those breezy and gusty winds picking up in the afternoon with 20 and 30 mile an hour gusts at times. Lighter winds in the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, a little bit breezy once again down the Columbia River Gorge. Here's that smoke forecast again. We've been seeing some pretty intensive smoke in our region. That'll start to move out later this evening, looking better overnight, but again, we're going to start to see that smoke build up. That's going to be a problem for the next couple of days. Air quality in our area right now is at moderate, so most of us are seeing that smoke and haze. It's pretty clear right now in Yakima. We even see some unhealthy weather way up here towards Seattle, again with some current active fires burning in the region. Temperatures overnight tonight, we're going to see in the 50s and 60s, 59 Tri-City, 60 Hanford, 56 Prosser, foothills of the Blues, 50s and 60s as well. For tomorrow, though, those temperatures again on the warm side, pretty close to today. 96 Tri-Cities, a little bit above average. Temperatures right around average in the Yakima area. Pendleton at 91. Weather photos I asked from you guys delivered. This is the supermoon. Thanks to our friend Dee for sharing that with us. Dee, I appreciate that. Grab those weather photos and send them to me, S. Lee, at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Stick around. I'll give you that full 7-day planning forecast on the way.
Thanks, Stacy. And up next on Apple Valley News Now at 5, we've been facing a shortage of ADHD medication for nearly a year now. Tonight, we're getting new details from the Biden administration about what's happening and how it could be fixed.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Stan, where's Alice? She's supposed to stay with us.
Oh, shoot, where could she?
Hey everybody, I'm Alice. I'm new here. The new zipline ride looks so fun. You go back and forth. Awesome.
And we've lost control of the Alice situation.
Triple Play has fun for everyone, including the brand new zipline ride. And it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
I mean, she's a natural spokosaur who isn't tempted to eat anyone. You know, because she's an herbivore.
When you need legal help, trust Quantum Legal. We're here for you in times of trouble, whether you need assistance with criminal defense, personal injury, or have been injured on the job. Law is a complicated matter. Our team of experts will fight for you and help you find the best solution for your situation. Don't let life's challenges get the best of you. We're here to help. Call us today at 509-783-5551 or visit our website at quantumlegal.com.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Did you know Astria Health has the only team of neurosurgeons in the Lower Valley? Patients no longer need to travel long distances to receive the spine care they need. Patients with spinal tumors, stenosis, herniated or degenerative disc diseases, spine trauma, fractures, or spinal cord injury can be seen by an Astria neurosurgeon in Prosser, Sunnyside, or Zillah. Ask your primary care provider for a referral to one of our neurosurgeons. Astria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Introducing Blue Compass RV, formerly Appleway RV. Same location, new adventures. Come celebrate and save during our grand opening sale with up to 50% off. The best prices of the year on America's favorite brands. Plus, get a 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete, including 24/7, 365 technical and roadside assistance and much more. Wherever you roam, we'll be there. And now save up to 50% off at Blue Compass RV, formerly Appleway RV.
Welcome back. The Biden administration is asking drug makers to boost production of prescription stimulants like Adderall, which has been in short supply for almost a year now. Stimulants are controlled substances, which means the DEA sets strict limits on how much drug makers can produce. But federal officials say the drug makers weren't anywhere near their limit last year, and they're on track to fall short again this year. The DEA and the FDA said in a joint letter, doctors do need to be careful about ADHD diagnosis and treatment. They're also working on developing some treatment options that don't rely on stimulants. Writers and actors are still on strike in Hollywood. It's the first time in decades that both groups have walked off the job at the same time. The writers' strike started first, and it's been going on for 3 months now. Union leaders say the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers has asked for a meeting on Friday. They're hoping to start working on contract talks once again. Well, We'll have a final look at your weather when we come back, and still ahead on World News Tonight, an incredible story of survival. A Seattle woman kidnapped, driven 450 miles, then escaping from this cinder block cell. That's coming up on World News Tonight at 5:30.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
What's better than super fresh fruits and vegetables? Yep, you've got it. Super fresh fruits and vegetables on sale.
Swing into Super One Foods this Thursday and save big during our 12-hour produce sale. Dole bananas just 48 cents a pound. Washington-grown seedless watermelon, 38 cents a pound. And whole sweet cantaloupe, 48 cents a pound.
Super One Foods 12-hour produce sale. This Thursday only. Hey, it's better than fresh.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book arriving in members' mailboxes this week. It's 20 pages packed with everything you need for your Northwest lifestyle. Not a member? Not a problem. No membership is required during our open house, August 1st through the 15th. Stop in, check us out, and join over 1 million Northwest families saving more every day. Save now during our open house with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
Top Tree Service is committed to providing the best service and experience possible. From the first call to schedule your estimate, through our final after-service follow-up call ensuring complete satisfaction. Your trees are valuable assets, and we ensure our ISA-certified arborists will protect your investment. The health and safety of your trees are our top priority. Call today to schedule a free estimate and experience the Top Tree Service difference for yourself.
Hey fans, it's Eric the Peanut Guy from your Tri-City Dust Devils. Friday, August 4th is our Jersey Lunch Bag Giveaway, thanks to Gisa Credit Union. The first 500 fans through the gates will receive this unique piece of Dust Devils memorabilia. It's also a family feast night with $2 hot dogs and other concession items throughout the night. Then on Saturday, stick around after the action for our post-game fireworks display, presented by Teamsters Local 839. For tickets, visit DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It'll blow you away.
Catch a glimpse of greatness when the Epson Tour LPGA Tournament comes to Pendleton for the Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic. Join us on the greens August 14th through the 20th when over 140 professional golfers from around the world compete for a chance to play in the LPGA. Tickets are just $5, perfect for fans and families to enjoy. Cheer on these talented golfers in person when the Epson Tour comes to Pendleton. Purchase your tickets today at wildhorseresort.com.
You're getting a $1,000 check for Dayspring Ministries.
The need that the women have in the jail is tremendous. Knowing that you're helping someone else, you know, and that you're making a difference in their life.
She's like my hero. I just want to be just like her when I get older.
All goes to God, because I couldn't do it without him.
STCU's Volunteers Count honors volunteers in our communities. Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
Well, it is National Coloring Book Day, and these days the options are a lot more widespread than cartoon characters. There's a good reason for that. Psychologists say that coloring books can give anyone, even adults, an inexpensive mental boost.
Basically, what coloring is a mindfulness activity. It can be meditative. It prioritizes emotional presence. And anytime we can find activities like that, it's wonderful because we live in a highly stressful world, and I think this could be a very nice distraction.
So having lower stress levels can mean better sleep and more energy. And it also gives you something to do that's not mindlessly scrolling on your phone. So Stacy, I think this is how kids are doing it.
That's right.
They just color and then they have energy.
Do you like to color?
I'm going to go home and do it tonight.
Perfect.
But it should be nice to do that on the back porch maybe tonight.
Right, maybe. Although we do have a little bit of air quality issues this evening. They're moderate, but let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Yakima's going to see those gusty winds once again tomorrow. Red flag warning in place till 9 o'clock. That might get extended tomorrow as well. Temperature staying about seasonal averages in the 90s. And then we'll see a cooler Wednesday rolling into next week, and a very slight chance of some thunder showers or a shower activity. Look at that on Sunday. We're calling it now, but it's a very slight chance. And Tri-Cities, yep, the smoke and haze is going to be here at least through Friday, with a slight chance of some thunder showers coming through the region beginning late Thursday night, early Friday morning, and most of the afternoon. Temperatures really nice this weekend, low 90s, and then we warm up slightly Monday, Tuesday. cooling back down to the lower 90s there on Wednesday. So nice summer weather on the way. Again, hazy in Walla Walla for the next couple of days as well, with a chance of thunder showers there. Temperatures beautiful for the weekend, low 90s, upper 80s, and back to the upper 80s by Wednesday. So I'm thinking it looks like a good forecast. We just got to get rid of that smoke.
Well, we'll hope for maybe those thunderstorms to tamp it down a little
bit. There you go.
Thanks, Stacy. Thank you so much for watching. World News Tonight with David Muir is next, and we're back tonight at 6.